Tonight, move that snow. Duluth is taking advantage of warm temperatures by clearing streets and sidewalks in downtown.
And a tale of two temperatures, why warm weather helped this year's bear grease winter and how the dog's fur could have made a difference.
Plus, those pesky potholes pop up again, why you might be seeing more and how long you'll have to wait until they're fixed.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A tale of two temperatures, from 30 below last year to 30 above this year. Mushers in the 2020 John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon were thrown for a loop with a 60-degree temperature swing.
Wow, what a change. CBS3's John Cardinelli sat down with not only yesterday's winner, Ryan Reddington, but also those who came in toward the back of the pack to learn what makes all the difference in unexpected weather.
This year's Bear Grease race was much warmer
Trying to summon up a polar vortex for next year. My dogs love it.
than last year's, by about 60 degrees to be exact.
My team was definitely affected by the heat, much more so than I actually anticipated.
Jen and Blake Frecking from Finland, Minnesota, finished first and second in the Bear Grease race last year. This year, 7th and 9th.
And last year was a big advantage for the Siberians on our team.
The Siberian Husky is more of the purebred dog. They got that thicker coat.
Ryan Reddington and fellow musher Keith Eiley finished first and second. They race Alaskan Huskies.
The Alaskans are bred down from them with a variety of different hounds, so they have a thick coat but not as thick as the Siberians.
Redding says his dogs performed exceptionally well in the temperatures this year, as they are used to training in warmer temperatures as opposed to the Frecking's dogs who train in cooler temperatures here in Minnesota.
In the summertime, I train in Skagway, Alaska, and we run every day during the summertime. And so they're used to running in warm weather, and that plays a big advantage to us when it does get warm, like in these races here.
While Reddington says it plays an advantage, Eiley believes the outcome still would have been the same.
We train in it for the warmer stuff too, but if it would have been colder, I guarantee you the result would have been the same too.
Reddington, a former Bear Grease champion from back in 2018, and last year he finished in 6th place. His family also helped start the famed Iditarod sled dog race in Alaska.
All right, let's turn over to the weather. Dave, I think I saw the sun out there for just a few seconds today, not too long.
It didn't last long,
Yeah.
no. And if you think back to last year at this time when folks were talking about the Bear Grease being so cold and much warmer now, yeah, this was the time last year that cotton got down to 56 below and threatened the state record cold record. But cold record? Something like that. Anyway, I don't think we have to worry about that right now. Yeah, we're in the midst of a warm spell, and there's still a couple more days left on said warm spell, but an end is in sight, but not tonight. No, tonight's going to be cloudy, as yet another small low-pressure system lurks off to the west. Not quite close enough to bring us snow tonight, but maybe tomorrow night. So what are we expecting for our day planner for Thursday? A mostly cloudy sky most of the day. Maybe there's a slight chance, Tony, that we could peek at the sun for a few minutes again tomorrow, but it's not a fantastic chance. Low temp in the teens tomorrow morning. High temp in the mid-20s tomorrow afternoon, which is still warmer than normal. But once we get towards Tuesday or so next week, the warm spell does end. We start to tumble temperature-wise. Will it be bitterly cold or just back to normal? We'll show you with the 7-day in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Hiring school counselors is hard enough, but the rules in Wisconsin make it even more difficult.
Yeah, currently, the Wisconsin Department of Instruction only recognizes social work degrees from 3 universities. CBS3's Emma Quinn reports on a recent effort by Superior Schools to expand the pool of candidates.
Licensed social worker Jane Larson has more than 2 decades of experience helping people in need. But even she isn't qualified to work at Wisconsin schools.
You know, I graduated, I have a master's, I'm clinically licensed in 2 states. I have a school social work license in Minnesota, and the requirement here to go back and have additional coursework post-masters has been a bit of a challenge.
The state only recognizes social work degrees from 3 universities, all on the eastern side of the state. Superior Superintendent Amy Starzecki says that means hiring challenges for schools in our region.
Or any social worker who has graduated with a master's degree from UMD or St. Scholastica,
their programs are not recognized by the state of Wisconsin.
The Superior School District brought a new resolution to the Association of School Boards last week. It adds UMD and St. Scholastica to the list of recognized schools. It passed, which Starzecki says will bring more mental health support to local schools.
We have kids and families in need, and we need those supports in our schools. We don't have access to those supports in our community, and we just are desperately asking for some help.
Larson still has a couple more steps to take before she can work at Wisconsin schools, but she says these new rules will allow more social workers like her to help students in need.
I mean, it's a concern not just here, but statewide and all over the nation. We have a lot of students that we're working with in districts who have a lot of needs that school social workers are able to help fulfill those needs.
Now that the Association of School Boards has passed the rule change, they need to work on finalizing it. It's not clear when the state will start accepting degrees from UMD and St. Scholastica.
Duluth snow removal crews are taking advantage of something pretty rare for January. That's some pretty warm temps and no serious snow in the forecast.
They're clearing out these piles that just kept getting bigger and bigger ever since this massive Thanksgiving weekend snowstorm. You'll remember that one, the one that dropped about 2 feet on the Twin Ports. CBS 3's Alex Libby caught up with one of those crews today. And Alex, where were they working today?
Yeah, I'm out here on 2nd Street near 2nd Ave West, and this is one of the places that the crews were moving snow from the street. As you can see, the street has been cleared for snow so people can park here, and there's not a lane missing, which is a big help for many here in Duluth. But the problem is the sidewalk hasn't been cleared yet, but they will be getting to that later. And they also cleared other places here in Duluth, including up on top of the hill, Grand Ave, all the way down to the Lakeside neighborhood. And Jeff Volkich, the Duluth Street maintenance lead worker, says that one of those most difficult winters he has seen due to all this snow. But he says the warm temperatures lately have made it a little bit easier, and right now they're moving snow that has been making roads narrow and limited street side parking like we've seen here on 2nd Street. Ideally, he says, they would have been out of removing the snow weeks ago.
We usually try to get on this stuff within like a month of the big snows, but being that we had that big 22 inches at the beginning of the year and it really hasn't stopped, we've been removing snow from the street per se more than actually taking it off of the bank.
And Jeff says thanks to those warm conditions, some of these snowbanks aren't as big as they could be, but as you can see where I'm standing right here on the sidewalk, these snowbanks are rather large, making these sidewalks impassable. Coming up at 10 o'clock, I talked to a citizen here in Duluth that is worried about these sidewalks.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Thanks, Alex.
I'll send it back to you.
Well, with these warmer temperatures, snow and ice have melted off the streets, revealing those wonderful potholes underneath. Duluth city workers say these potholes are caused by the large swing in temperatures we've been experiencing this winter. When the temperature hovers around 32, the freeze and thaw of the ice cracks the road. What is unusual this year is how early that process is happening. City officials say these winter potholes might not get fixed until spring.
The ones that are very bad and will try to get out, it's a very delicate balance of trying to fill the potholes and then if it would stop snowing.
City workers say any extra time they do get will be reserved for at least temporarily fixing the holes. Well, after chaos last year, the Boundary Waters permit reservation system opened today, apparently without a hitch. The system opened at 9 o'clock this morning. Reservations for May 1st through September 30th can be booked online. We have a link on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Now, you'll remember the new online system went down on launch day last year. That got the attention of Congressman Pete Stauber, who pushed to bring the system back to the original lottery format.
Minnesota's anti-tobacco agencies have a few big priorities they plan to push at the state capitol this year. Clearway Minnesota is a nonprofit organization aimed at lowering tobacco use rates. During this year's legislative session, they plan to ask Minnesota lawmakers to restrict where flavored tobacco can be sold. They're also looking to raise the statewide minimum tobacco purchasing age to 21. Even though a federal law has already been signed to raise that minimum wage, Clearway Minnesota feels this will help enforce that new law.
While there is a federal law in place, really we would like to see this go statewide in Minnesota because it will really help with the coordination, the enforcement, and really making sure that Minnesota is up to date in its tobacco laws.
The American Lung Association also released its annual State of Tobacco Control report today. According to the report, more than 25% of 11th graders have vaped within the past 30 days. That's a 54% increase from 2016. The state legislature goes back into session February 11th. You can head to our website for more information on the State of Tobacco Control report.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Snowmobiling for a Cause, an event happening right now in Proctor aims to raise money to find a cure for ALS. We'll take you there next.
Today's temperatures, both the high and the low, still warmer than normal. This warm spell has been with us almost 2 weeks, but like I've been saying, the end is in sight. In just a couple more days. We'll tell you when, coming up after our break.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick. Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Lead with the savings.
Step into Seven Winds Casino Lodge and Conference Center.
Come and discover everything we have to offer.
Unlimited gaming action. Northwoods hospitality. Delicious all-you-can-eat buffet. Relaxation and comfort. Great drinks and good times. Big wins, big fun. It's all here at Seven Winds Casino Lodge and Conference Center in the heart of the great Northwoods.
I have 23 minutes to myself this week, and the $4.99 DQ chicken strip basket is the quality my meat time deserves. And by quality, I mean kicking back with a DQ classic all to myself. All white meat chicken strips, golden fries, Texas toast, and ranch. No distractions. Just a $4.99 DQ chicken strip basket and me.
DQ, happy tastes good.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts, brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
The best of funny versus the best with heart.
Can I hug you? Yes.
Super Bowl's greatest commercials tonight on CBS.
Survivor, Winners at War, premieres February 12th on CBS. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
As Tony mentioned earlier this evening, at least here in Duluth, for a few minutes, we saw blue sky and the sun. It didn't last long and the clouds filled back in, but it certainly did brighten up some spirits. I'll say there's a slight chance we'll see this happen briefly again tomorrow, but for the next several days, there'll be that on and off, back and forth business between the clouds and the sun, and warm and slightly cooler, and a touch of snow tossed in as well. Come Friday, we may have a mix on the roadways to deal with, but I don't think it's going to be that big a deal as far as accumulations go. I was just finding out from an old Coast Guard friend earlier today. He was on Kodiak Island, Alaska right now. They had a huge blizzard today, got 18 to 24 inches of snow. I don't think we're going to be that nasty come Friday, but we could have a little bit of a rain and snow mix, like I mentioned, that could slick up the roadways, even if it doesn't add up to what we need to shovel. Well, what's going on right now at the airport in Duluth? It's 22 degrees above zero, 75% for the relative humidity. South-southeast wind, it's going 3 miles per hour, so the wind has not been a big concern lately and likely will stay pretty mellow, at least through tomorrow. Air pressure, 30.22 inches of mercury, 1,023 millibars. And current temperatures run from 20 in Waters Meet to 24 in Ashland to continued 24 for places like Superior and Odena. And Solon Springs and Hayward are in that mix as well. So is Moose Lake at 23. Low 20s from Hibbing through Nashua, Keewatin, and Taconite, places like that into Grand Rapids. 23 International Falls, 21 Ely and Silver Bay. So no matter where you slice it here, we're still warmer than normal. But by next Tuesday, we finally go back to normal and maybe even a few degrees cooler than that. Doppler map right now. We have the cloudy sky from yet another low pressure system lurking just to our west. And it is trying to put some fingers of snow into western Minnesota here, but crossing the threshold into our zones here tonight, it's really not that great a chance. So maybe a couple flurries, but otherwise cloudy sky with drier conditions. And that's for Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula as well. Looking at tomorrow, yeah, that low pressure system stays parked more towards North Dakota, so we'll hold on to the clouds for yet another day. The better chance for this rain-snow mix I was talking about from this low pressure system may come Thursday night and last through the day on Friday, but it's only a 30% chance for that mix on Friday. Then it goes away on Saturday, and come Sunday we have our best chance for any sun that I've been talking about here lately. But then on that hand, maybe only for a day as well. Not much sun coming up here this week. We'll show you the forecast now. Tonight, Minnesota, low temps, 10 inland, 15 by the lake, mostly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy Wisconsin, Michigan with lows near 10 there. For tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan highs mid to upper 20s, mostly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for Minnesota with low to mid 20s for the top temps, and all zones will be warmer than normal yet again. And we stay warmer than normal at least through Monday. And look at Sunday with that partial sunshine. Tony should be dancing in the streets with a high temp close to 40. But finally by Tuesday and Wednesday, that business goes away. We drop back to the teens for highs and single digits for the lows. And that's much closer to where January and February should be around here.
Day near 40 sounds good nonetheless. Thanks, Dave. A snowmobile ride to save lives. That's the goal behind the 21st annual Blackwoods Blizzard Tour, which is kicking off tonight. CBS3's Caitlin Moffat joins us live from Proctor, where they're holding a launch dinner with some pretty big names out there tonight. Caitlin, sounds like these riders are getting pretty close to reaching their goal.
Yeah,
huh?
Tony, that's right. Yes, Tony, that is right. So right now, this year, the event is close to reaching its $1 million goal in towards fighting the ALS disease. Now, that disease affects the nerves in your brain and spinal cord. And right now, 250 riders have raised nearly $997,000 towards that $1 million goal. And they hope to raise even more money by the time they're finished riding their snowmobile ride across the Northland come Saturday morning. So right now, joining me live here is former Twins legend Kent Herbeck. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
First question for you. ALS obviously hits very close to home for you, and with you participating in the event tomorrow morning, why is that so important?
Well, my father passed away from ALS back in 1982. A lot of people know that, but you know, this has just been a great event, along with a couple other events they do up here in the Northland, and they do a wonderful job of raising money. And to raise $1 million on a little old snowmobile ride is pretty cool. So we're looking at trying to get to $1 million. Looks like we're pretty close right now. So the last 3 years we have raised $1 million. So we're looking at, I think we're going to do it again tomorrow. So we're looking forward to it.
That's fantastic on how great a success it's been. Now, with the tour itself, can you kind of explain for us where the tour goes and your stops along the way?
Okay, well, we're in Proctor tonight. Tomorrow we'll ride up to Vermilion, Lake Vermilion, stay at Fortune Bay over to Two Harbors, and then Two Harbors back down to Proctor. So it's about 365 mile ride for the whole 3 days. We got great weather this year. Finally, it's going to be about 50 degrees warmer than it was last year.
Big difference.
Yeah, but it's a great ride. We have a great time. The guys are safe, and gals, I should say, because there's a lot of gals that ride. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying a great weekend with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And that is a great event, all for a great cause. Now, they do take off, like he said, tomorrow morning here in Proctor. And if you'd like to donate towards this cause, you can head to our website for that link. Back to you.
Get to snowmobile and raise money for a good cause. I know Kristen would like that. Caitlin Moffett live for us in Proctor tonight. Thanks, Caitlin.
Yeah, I wish I could go. I'll be stuck at work. But it sounds like such a great event and good weather for it, too.
Yeah. Super good weather.
Says the sports agent.
I don't know of a transition. I'm really trying to think of one.
Snowmobiling.
Yeah, Ken Herbeck.
Yeah, how about that?
About baseball right now. We're talking hockey. Both UMD hockey teams are in a pretty darn good place, but both have tough tests waiting for them on the road this weekend. We'll have a preview coming up next.
Save up to 40% in any in-stock Winter Columbia and the North Face at Northwest Outlet. CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota trucks.
Get $750 customer cash on our new 2020 Tacoma, or get $2,000 customer cash on our new 2020 Tundra. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At Anytime Fitness, we know that healthy doesn't happen on its own. It happens with the right help.
At the right times.
In the right ways. With an ally who listens.
With coaching.
Team workouts.
And community. To help you get to your goals.
So let's do this thing, whatever that thing is.
Let's tune out this and turn up this.
And let's make healthy happen.
For you.
This Valentine's Day, Numi Jewelers is featuring 2 ways to a woman's heart. A real rose trimmed in pure 24-karat gold that lasts forever, and a pendant necklace for just $99. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
Friday, March 6th, in the Otter Creek Event Center, Black Bear Casino Resort brings you a very special live appearance from the happy medium, Kim Russo, star of the #1 hit series, The Haunting of, TV host, best-selling author, lecturer, and most sought-after medium worldwide. An evening of live readings and audience interaction, helping to achieve a more balanced and peaceful life. Tickets available at the Players Club or online at blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place.
The famous Meat Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Over a pound of meat and cheese for just $10. It's more pepperoni for your penny, more beef for your buck, more... You get the idea. Get yours delivered now at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
When news happens, CBS3 is there.
The smoke is still really heavy. You can smell it.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
Anytime, day or night.
And while this is a very active scene, the public is being asked to stay away from the area.
Good afternoon, I'm Kristen Bakke. We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news out of Cloquet this morning. CBS3 first got word of this fire and went to the scene at around 3:30.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3. America's most watched network. Tonight starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10. Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
When talking about the realm of this past weekend in UMD hockey, the Bulldogs have a lot to hang their hats on, including not limited to a hard-fought series with North Dakota and breaking attendance records at Amsoil Arena while they were at it. UMD came out firing during Friday night's matchup, ripping off 5 unanswered goals after trailing 3-1 in the second period. They'd go on to score 2 more to win 7-4. Game 2 on Saturday was a roller coaster. UMD took its first lead in the third period, only to have it stolen with 2 unanswered goals in a span of 94 seconds.
We didn't capitalize. They did on a couple
a couple point shots, which was some missed coverage, and I thought our guys competed, and I thought it was a really good series, much like we expected. I didn't think there was going to be 11 goals on Friday. Again, just still areas to get better at and tighten up and keeping that intensity level and that mindset for 120 minutes.
And despite Saturday's outcome, it was certainly a huge step forward for the Dogs. Even one win against the #2 team in the entire country, which is North Dakota, showed a Bulldog team that believes it is capable of a lot.
A little bit more consistency there throughout both games. I think we've had a problem starting all year, kind of. It's been one of our problems when we have tough games, we have tough starts. So I thought we started good both games, especially Friday. But like I said, it was definitely a step forward. I thought, obviously, they're a really good team, and that was a good weekend all around for us. I thought we battled both games.
UMD heads to Denver for another pivotal matchup this Friday and Saturday. Now, following back-to-back games at home against Bemidji State and a sweep on the road of St. Cloud State this past weekend, in 6 games this year, the UMD women's team has yet to lose. They've tied twice, and one of those times was this past weekend. It took an overtime goal from Gabby Hughes to steal the extra WCHA point on Friday. Saturday was a different story. UMD scored 4 unanswered on the Huskies en route to a 5-2 win on the road. The current state of the team finds them at a 9th overall team ranked in the country, with another big WCHA test on the line this weekend.
We've grown so much in so many areas, but in particular, our depth and our defensive responsibility. I think we were scoring goals back then. We're still scoring goals. I think our defensive unit has really started to gel. Our responsibility from our forwards, coming back hard, picking up the extra man, back checking hard, playing good two-way hockey has really come along.
Friday and Saturday's wins also showed Ashton Bell continued to lead the WCHA defensemen in both total points and goals. She also enters this weekend series against Minnesota with 10 goals total.
I think all us D have gotten a lot better since the last time we played them, and we've been working a lot on our D zone and tightening things up in there. So I think that is going to be huge going into this weekend. I can see the ice better, and then I think that helps me be more offensive. Definitely every weekend I gain a little bit more confidence. Every week practicing stuff, I gain confidence just working on a whole bunch of stuff. So, no, it's definitely grown this year.
UMD heads down to Ritter Arena in Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers on Friday and Saturday. That'll be a good pair of games. I'll be there for Friday's game live here in the CBS3 News at 6 and 10.
Awesome.
So, look forward to that.
We will.
Sure will. Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. I'm sorry. I lost my words. What's the weather going to do for the rest of the night?
You know, like the past week or so, it's going to be cloudy and maybe a few spits of snow coming out, just really some flurries, and temperatures will be warmer than normal. And this back and forth can go on probably through Saturday. Finally, by Sunday, some folks saw a little sun today. We might see some more again come Sunday. And boy, that'll be the culmination of the warm spell. 39 degrees, then a little more light snow Monday, and then back to sun, but cooler conditions by Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10.